Yo yo yo, new day, new day. So we're back. We're doing the actual Pantheon this time because I'm getting bored of Pantheon 3. I'm getting bored of trying to upgrade to Lifeblood and failing miserably. So here we are, back again. So I've been playing a lot of Yakuza recently because I got the time for it. I called in sick yesterday because my tummy hurty, you know. So I just had a lot of time and you know gamed Yakuza for like 5 hours. For me, that is a lot in one day, so that's huge. I don't know. I'm getting through the chapters of Yakuza. It's like made up of chapters. The other games I've played, they were like, I don't know, 15 chapters max, I'm pretty sure. I've played Yakuza 0, Yakuza 1, and then I'm playing Yakuza Kiwami 2 right now. But in the others, there were like not too many chapters, and now I'm at chapter 9, like a solid ways through chapter 9. And I don't think I'm that deep into the game. I feel like I've just started. I have my Steam page over here. I only have 11.5 hours. So that's, I don't know. I don't feel like there's been that much progress. But then again, I have like been through a lot of like side content. And when I say a lot, I just mean way more than I used to in the other games. Because this time I can actually play the minigames. The controls are not fucked. They're not like completely messed up, so I can actually play those. I spend a decent amount of time in like a fighting game that is, you know, actually it's not optional. You have to go through that fighting game. But I just sat there and played for like a solid hour. I don't know. It's a couple days ago, so I can't actually remember the characters' names and their combos and shit. But it was actually pretty fun, just like inside a game, play another game, which sounds goofy as hell, and it is. But it's basically just like Street Fighter, but like very, very fucking old, and there were actual like combos and shit. That, oh, he was probably gonna come back if I didn't finish him off, goddamn. But I don't know, it's fun to just sit there and chill, because this game also, I don't know, it gives me a lot of time to like just wander around and spend more time, whereas in the other games it was a lot more awkward to like in the middle of the game just sit there and play some side content because you didn't have time for that shit. You were constantly on a time crunch, like, oh, you have to like go find some Yakuza member that is holding someone hostage, and if you don't find them at the end of the day, you're gonna be boned. But it hasn't happened yet, at least. I mean, I like that aspect of Yakuza 0 and Yakuza 1, but it's also like when you have that much side content, you should make some sort of effort to like make little like breaks somewhere along the line. The main issue here being is that there is like there are too many breaks. Like I don't feel like the rush of the game has started where I felt like, I think it's the chapter 6 or 7. The other games have really like picked up and like really it's just breakneck pace for like everything going on. Which I enjoy that a lot. It's goated. It's awesome. But then again, I don't know. I'm just sitting here complaining. I don't have an actual like answer to how to fix this. But I just want some sort of middle ground. Like for example, I think there was a point in Yakuza 0 where you just had to like lay low. But you didn't really get time to lay low because there were two main characters, and you had to switch between them when one of them laid low, the other one, you know, took over pretty much. And then the breakneck speed continued, but just like not really from another person's POV, but just like from another story, and then they intertwined at last, like at the end of the game, which also I like. It's awesome. It's goated, but I just need more time because I need to beat Street Fighter in Yakuza, and I haven't done that yet. There was this like racing game that I tried in Yakuza 1 that was kind of fun, but the controls were really janky, and I don't know, probably just because I have the controller I have, like I'm playing with the friggin' PlayStation controller, which apparently it doesn't like it when it's connected through the PC for some odd reason. Who knows? But I can play the minigames now. Oh, thunder! Another issue is like the minigames. Some of them, mostly like the gambling ones, are like local Japanese board games that I have no idea how to interpret, or like I basically have to learn a whole new game. So I have to learn that if I want to 100% the game, which I feel like... Oh, Thunder, shut up. I feel like of the few games I do have, Yakuza, like, generally, is a game that I could see myself 100%ing. Because it's just a fun time to just stroll around and do random shit. Also, with the, like, side stories and stuff, it's really cool. But I feel like in Yakuza 2 that I'm playing right now, the side stories are a lot smaller. Like, I basically just go to a guy, or a guy comes up to me like on the street, which I mean it's like that in every Yakuza game. So I don't mind that, but it's just like I talk to them and then that's it. That's side story completed. There was one that I actually... I don't know, I might have just stumbled upon the wrong side quest, I don't know. But that's... For now, those side quests have been dog shit. It's more so the minigames that have, like, kept me afloat. For example, there was a side quest that was actually pretty decent. Pretty solid, like... B+ tier, where I had to I overheard someone who went into a job interview, but they needed their fourth man for the job interview, and then, you know, I was at the street, and then they picked me up and I had to go for the job interview, and I absolutely butchered it because I thought that would be really funny, but apparently I succeeded anyway. I like gave decent advice, but then also just revealed everything about me being like a former Yakuza boss and like fucking beating the shit out of people, and like that's my way of doing things, and I find that really funny, and that's like entertaining only for me, not the other NPCs that were there. But I mean, I'm the main character, so only I get to have fun anyway. So there are those kind of side missions. Then there are like whole other side quests that are not really minigames, they're just like kind of part of the game, but they're like, you know, big minigames pretty much. For example, my goat, Goro Majima, he is back. He is back, guys. This is huge. Absolutely humongous. He's apparently taken over for the florist. And he's taken over the Purgatory. Purgatory being basically just a corner in the city where all the homeless people are. And he's apparently... Goro has made it into just a construction business. Which I've seen some fucking like community memes about Goro's construction business. But I always thought it was like one of his funny gimmicks from Yakuza 1. Where he... You know, one time he's a policeman, then he's a bartender, then, you know, at some point along the line he works at a construction company. But no, that's literally a plot line in this one, that he owns a construction company, and the minigame is that, you know, this land is pretty fucking valuable, so a lot of like mafia bosses and shit just want to. They're not actually mafia bosses. They're just like loan sharks. I'm pretty sure. They want to take over. Holy shit! I've been on autopilot this entire time. I just realized. I'm doing better than I'm doing better than Pantheon 3 though. So hey, that's a W, right? Oh, what the fuck! I tried to like bait the. God damn it! I'm gonna continue yapping or I'm gonna lose. So Goro Majima, my goat, he just started a construction business where he's made a lot of enemies apparently, and I need to defend those enemies in order to, you know, persuade him to work for me. So you know, I scratch your back, you scratch mine, pretty much. And that's pretty much it. I mean, he hasn't actually done that much in the story yet. Just like the last I saw of him was that at the end of chapter 8, I'm pretty sure, he just showed up and beat up all my enemies just like on the street. There was like a big mafia, like, not really meeting, but they were just marching down the street, like doing some business. I don't recognize any of them, so they were probably all like goons. But Majima took them all on, and I am convinced that he beat them all. I'm kind of sad that I don't actually get to play as Majima anymore. I only get to do that in Yakuza 0. But I accept it. You know, it's a bit of just a little teeny tiny bit of work to make a whole new like second main character for a game. That's like just a tiny bit of work that the devs don't want to do, so I respect that. But god damn it, I want to play as Majima. So his whole minigame is just that you're the like manager of the troops. It's basically just like a battlefield, but the battlefield is the construction site, which I think is really goofy. But that's probably also the, you know, reason behind it. I don't know, I really like Yakuza. I realize I really like Yakuza because it's like a fully developed game. And it should by all means be like, you know, somewhat serious, but the game does not take itself seriously whatsoever. Also, like, the first ever person, like when I just started the game, the first ever person that I saved from like a random encounter, like mugging, the reward they gave me was a gold plate that they just shoved out of their ass and just gave to me. And then on the way back, because I had to go back to the same place, the exact same woman was getting mugged, and of course I saved her because there's nothing really else to do. I basically had to do that, and it's also just like a good money grinder. And guess what she gave me once again? A fucking gold plate. And it's not like, you know, a fancy like fucking goblet or anything. It's just a plate. It's just a plate, but it's golden though, so it's like worth something, right? God damn it! I really should learn the pattern of levels, but I cannot be bothered. Should also maybe heal. That would be a good idea. Oh well, shit happens. So the fuck was I saying? Oh yeah, Majima's construction. That's basically like a whole minigame that you can do on the side. And it's like these 3 loan sharks that apparently they all have beef with either Majima or they just like, or me apparently. I don't know, we get like a whole ass cutscene of them like explaining not really explaining, but just we get some sort of reason why they would want the construction site and why they would want to battle us for it. And one of them seems to just really hate me, like the main character, for reasons I do not know. I can only assume that it has something to do with like some sort of mafia boss that I beat in the past games. Because one of them, the guy really looks like one of them. The first boss, the like brute strength boss, I can't remember his name, and I hate it because he's like my favorite of them, of the officers. But hey, he kind of looks like one of them. But then again, they are all Asians. They all look alike. So that is where we stand. They don't really have anything to do with the main story, actually. They're just like on the side. But I wouldn't be surprised if they actually have something to do with the main story. The main story basically being, still, it hasn't actually developed that far yet. It's just like the Omi Alliance. They're really beefing with the clan, with the mafia, with our good guys. The bad guys are beefing with the good guys, but basically the good guy clan, the good guy Yakuza, is in fucking shambles right now, and we're trying desperately to like protect it, which is why we need Majima, like his leadership and his manpower and shit, because the Nishikiyama family, they're threatening to split off, and they're basically like half the men. Nishikiyama being our buddy, our bro from the first two games. He's like our best friend, but he's dead now. Spoilers, I guess. He blew himself up at the end of game 1. So he's dead, and now there's been like a year's time skip, and they're threatening to break off. So it's kind of in shambles. Oh yeah, also the head of the organization, he kind of died. He kind of got assassinated. That was the first thing that happened in Yakuza 2. So yeah, that kind of happened. I don't know. I'm kind of just getting dragged into the Yakuza game again, which I like. It's awesome. And I also like that the little girl that I saved is not around, because god, she is annoying. God, am I about to die to Hornet? I'm gonna kill myself if I do. Alright, we good, we are bang. Okay, we are not good. Holy shit. I forget all the time how slowly I heal. Shit. Well, this was a disappointing showcase of power. I'm gonna go make some food now because I'm hungry as shit. So see y'all tomorrow. Goodbye.